All right, let me fix that. Oh, something in my shoe already. Fix my boots before I get going. What's in my boot? Fucking piece of something was in my boot. Paper or something. At any rate, let me fix that. Right. All right, here we go. Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, and I'm returning today to whap and tap on your head with another, actually, I'm gonna wear my other jacket, with another ADH Wealth Solutions. Yoga what's up? So, guys, I am headed to a political event tonight. There's a gentleman who is running for mayor in my town, and he wants me to go to a fancy steakhouse and talk to him about so I'm changing blazers. Talk to him about his agenda, so on and so forth. So the event started at 6 and it's till 9. And like I said, I live near Yale, New Haven. New Haven, Yale University. So all the ritzy rub elbow stuff is going on. So I'm gonna take y'all with me live as I walk from my house to the steakhouse that the political campaign is being held at. Wow, that jacket is actually a little tighter than this jacket. I like it. I might have to get this one customized because this one is snug, tight, it fits, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna burst out the seams. The other one feels like the button is gonna burst. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna take you guys with me as I walk from my home to the political event, and then I'll probably take some pre-records and photos, just spraying a little bit of my Mont Blanc. Right? And while I'm at it, let me make sure I got some business cards because may want to give one or two of those out, right? So now, with that being said, obviously I'm gonna let me give you all the fit check, right? So the blazer, the tie, right, and then I got the black jeans, and I've got the boots. So I got some Chelsea boots on. Now, normally you would want to drive to a political event, but I don't need to drive. I'm walking distance, and I have the Benz key. People will see it and know what's going on with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth or to schedule an appointment with a licensed financial professional, the links are in the description of this video. So, as we're continuing, ladies and gentlemen, these are some of the things that you want to do. You actually want to be active in your campaigns. For example, one of the things I'm going to ask him about is, well, a few years ago, there was a situation with a young lady here from Connecticut, from Bridgeport, named Lauren Smithfield. Now, I know that you're running for mayor of New Haven, but the surrounding towns and situations that become national, what are your plans on doing things like that? Because we still haven't had justice for her and her family, as in speaking to Senator Richard Blumenthal, right? So we still haven't had that uh, bit of justice. So now you guys are seeing me. I'm leaving my apartment. So you guys are going to walk me. Now it's been basically, I'm going to say it's been 4 minutes. So from the 4 minute mark till I get there, let's see how long it takes. And this is how close I live to the luxurious stuff downtown New Haven. Right. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that so that it rubs off on you guys. Right. We want to have luxury stuff. We want to have ourselves in a position where we're near where things are moving and shaking. We want to make sure that we're put in a position where my cell phone rang 2 days ago, and the guy who's running for mayor calls me and says, "Hey, listen, I see you're registered as an independent. Can we count on you to come to the event? Blah, 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 blah." Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, you can see, how I feel on topics about ABC, XYZ. Cool. I'm with it. I'm going to be there. Then he says, "Well, can I expect your vote?" No, you can't expect my vote. What you can expect is for me to be there. And then when I go there, I will see what you're talking about. And if it agrees with me because I'm an independent, then you'll have my vote. And only then will you have my vote. Before then, you'll have my confidence and my ability, my willingness to see what your message is. Let's see what he says here. The consigliere keeps going places, keep reaching new heights. It strengthens your band with your followers and clients. Yes, it does, brother. I appreciate that. So, as I said, now, right here, again, very close proximity to Yale University, but I'm also very close proximity. They also have Gateway Community College, right? So this is the community college right here. But as I'm still walking, right? So it's been 1 minute and 25 seconds since I left my apartment. And I'm basically halfway to the restaurant that I'm going to. So it would have taken me longer to actually probably get in my car than to walk to the event. And I've been trying to do business actually with the owner of the business for quite some time. So this is actually an excellent way for me to get back in touch with him. So I know earlier when I was doing a video post and someone was asking about how is easy or difficult it is to get clientele. Well, when you go to events and things of this nature, it's fairly easy to get clientele, especially since I live a stone's throw away from you. I can literally just walk there, right? Maybe so. I've been walking for 2 minutes, right? Now, don't get me wrong, it's a brisk walk, but I'm walking for 2 minutes. So let's continue. Let this person turn. She's not turning. Okay. So these are again, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna ask some questions about what his intent is for my city, right? One of the things I deal with often that I don't like is the homeless population. It's a bunch of them that are in my vicinity often. I do think something should be done about that. What do I think should be done? More opportunities should be availed to people to work jobs as opposed to, yeah, and here we go, more of the luxury restaurants, Restaurant Row in New Haven, right? So let's see, I've been walking for a total of 3 minutes now. So in this 3 minutes, I am, like I said, almost halfway to the destination. But my phone rang personally twice for this political campaign. So again, as a registered independent, we're the people who are on the fence, and we're the people who can actually swing a vote one way or another, right? You're not going to hear me say I'm a straight up Trumpster, but I'm definitely not a Democrat. So I vote for whoever has my best interest at hand. So that is how you should look at and continue to vote when you're voting, right? That's just kind of the thing that you do. So it's been, what, 4 minutes of walking? So we'll say the whole walk took me 5 minutes from my house to this restaurant, right? So the restaurant right there, Jack's Bar and Steakhouse, great, expensive restaurant downtown New Haven, right? Very close proximity to Yale University. And inside of all of that, let's see here. So they have it gated off. And as we'll see, here's the menu for Jack's. Almost dropped my phone there. Let's see. Where is? Let's see. This may be it. I think. So I gotta find out where the event is and where the people are for the political event, and then from there, let's see how's it going. Let's walk to the back and see if some people are here. No, okay. There are people here for a date. How's it going? There a political event here today? There should be a mayoral candidate.
Right here. It's not yet.
Give me 1 second. You're the gentleman running for mayor?
Yes.
Pleasure. I got your call, Alonzo Hall. Wonderful. So yeah, I'm the guy with the wife, GS14, all that good stuff. So I just saw a small crowd. I don't actually. I'm on my social media, so I had them walk. I live 5 minutes walk away from here. I'm in the Chamberlain, so it's the Chamberlain.
Oh, the Chamberlain.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So right, I'm literally on Ninth Square. So, Lonzo, pleasure to meet you. You may have been the one who called me for the reminder.
No.
Not on the team. Okay, fair enough. Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, I'm glad to finally put a name with a face. And obviously, I'm liking the fact that it's a relaxed environment. Like I wore the tie. Maybe I shouldn't have, right? It's later in the afternoon, but yeah, Jack's got me. Exactly. Listen, I know Marco personally. He's a good guy. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Yeah, Marco's a good guy. Yeah. Actually, I'm trying to do business with him further, so that's definitely even further. Finance. So I'm trying to roll out the healthcare and everything for the restaurant, and then the retirement accounts and everything. So obviously, but baby steps, baby steps.
With Walter. Mark was also about that.
Okay, is that the coffee? The Emporium Imports or the? Okay. Oh, the new restaurant. Okay, cool, cool. I didn't know Marco was involved with that. He's involved in a lot.
Don't be giving Marco.
Listen, that's why I didn't talk about the import business, right? But no, wonderful. So I'm not going to waste too much of your time. I do like to be fairly direct. Ginger ale. Yeah. Yeah.
Street are good.
Listen, hey, I might have political aspirations in the future too.
I drink ginger ale all the time.
Yeah.
Ginger ale is 110 and over 80.
Well, that's pretty much true, right? Or non-drinkers. But I actually, so my following had a few questions in terms of things that may not be just from the city of New Haven,
Yeah,
but something that's a little more national. So recently we had Lauren Smith Fields, the young lady in Bridgeport who was murdered or something. What ended up happening, Attorney Blumenthal really did nothing. It feels like the ball was dropped in terms of justice when we're talking about femicide, especially in the African American community. She was kind of just.
What happened exactly?
There was a gentleman she was dating,
Okay.
and then she ended up being found dead with like fentanyl and a lot of other things in her system. And her family was like, well, that's kind of unlike her. Like it was just unusual, the circumstances. So the
Like a cover up.
yeah, and then the investigation from Bridgeport was wasn't. And so it ended up becoming national news. Senator Blumenthal was speaking about it, but then nothing's come of it, and it's been at least 2 years. Thank you so much. And there are people from Cheers. And there are people from as far as Michigan who are some of my following who are interested in that thing, just because this is something that's happening in our community, and we don't think that it's being recognized. So why not bring it to the people who can do something about it, right? And then on a personal level, I live down here, and I'm at a certain income level.
Yeah.
So my personal thing is, I was at something on the green with Elliker, Justin, and everybody was kind of screaming about the homelessness, but it was a bunch of homeless people. I'm not upset with them, but the reality is, I think what needs to happen. Yeah, there's tents on the back of State Street. Now they're,
You got a guy that lives, the building where 80 Proof is, the Kelly house.
Yeah.
What he does, he documents every morning what he sees on the streets. He sends it to us.
Okay.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff. These people out here panhandling and everything. They probably make more than me in an average day, right? But, I look at those things, and my concern is, my wife, like, she has 14. So she actually works out of Manhattan, not the here. So government scale. So she's for the federal government, IRS.
Okay.
So yeah. So she doesn't work at the federal building up here. She's out of Manhattan. So she's SBSE. She's actually whistleblower of SBSE. So yeah.
What's SBSC?
Small Business Self-Employed.
Okay.
And then she's on the whistleblower unit. So she's
Interesting.
management of when they blow the whistle on Bernie Madoff and stuff. And
Yeah.
she has to deal with, but she's still
Oh, that's
getting
cool.
those returns.
Yeah.
But one of our concerns is the safety, because
Absolutely.
we get a lot of like people mentioning the injection. They're like, I don't want that stuff near me.
Nobody does.
You know?
Nobody does. That's the thing that's so, I think, misguided. We got $78 million in opioid settlement money in the state. They're trying to figure out what to do with it. That's the best thing they can come up with.
Yeah.
Is setting up a site where people can actually just, not even in treatment, just use fentanyl and heroin.
Okay.
Why don't we use that money to create more treatment options, more health services? How about supportive housing?
Yeah. And then that creates jobs.
Yeah. It actually gets them in the right direction. This thing, I'll tell you, here's the thing. There's some people that think that this is the only way to save lives, and they will do anything to see it through. And I think that's why it was not done with any public input. There was no, it was all behind the doors. Yeah, I brought that. We were the whistleblower.
Okay.
I'm not on the inside. I knew about it because I was involved with some organizations that were close to it. But then I got the state to make them hand over the emails related to it. Yeah, I got all of that. $200,000 was spent already.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's real. Yeah.
There's nothing. There's not even any room.
Well, this is what they did. If they had spent it out of government funds, they'd have to go through legislative approval. So instead, what they did, they partnered with Yale School of Public Health.
Okay.
They got a private donor to give the $200,000 to a nonprofit, and the nonprofit is the one that's setting it up. It's messed up. But all this to be said, listen, there's a whole ideology behind it. And, we're saving lives. The ends justify the means, so that's one thing. And there's also a blind eye to any type of negative side effects. People really think that you can do this, and there's not going to be any negative side effects.
They're going to be high and going crazy.
First of all, if they're going to bring fentanyl and heroin, where are they getting it?
Yeah.
So automatically black market sales go up, and all that entails. And after they shoot up, where are they going to go? Okay, so then you get more people, around. Yeah. So, and here's the thing, like, my wife, we had a lot of conversations. My wife, she's not here yet. She's the chair of public health at University of Haven. So she was like, you have to be very careful what you say. Like, I don't want you saying anything that's anti-public health or whatever. So I went to Harlem where they have one of these sites.
Right.
And I documented everything I saw. I talked to people that were patients. I talked to the staff. I talked to businesses, and I can say with full confidence that it is not a good idea for downtown. And if some people are going to get mad at me and say, "Well, you're insensitive," or you whatever,
Yeah.
it doesn't bother me because I actually am. I want to do something.
They're insensitive to me.
Yeah, and a whole lot of people.
And a whole lot of people.
And also, it's not just insensitive, but also what you're doing is, this is a tax-based center.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
Pouring into them.
Exactly. So you're gonna chase businesses out. It's gonna lower our taxes. We're gonna tax people more. It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah. That means leaving New Haven. I love New Haven. I'm born and raised. My wife.
Where'd you grow up?
So I grew up all over New Haven. New Hall section.
What streets?
So in New Hallville, I was on Bassett Street.
Yeah.
And I was also on Orchard Place. And where I was born was Kensington Street. So I've been in the rough parts.
Yeah. I grew up on West Haven and on Knox Street area. So
Okay, so you understand.
Yeah,
but then
people don't know.
high school, I did Hampton.
Oh,
So
you
I was
did?
Hampton High, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
What
that
year did
was
you graduate?
2001.
So interestingly, I was West Haven High. Yeah, so I would have seen. I was West Haven High class of 2000. So we're about the same age. after a couple years in college, I was in India.
Oh, that's
When I came back, I did work in Hampton High with Dr. Masai, Claudette Masai.
Wow.
Remember her?
Yeah, that's wow.
Big Dallas fan. Remember
Yeah,
her?
that's crazy.
My parents, both my parents were teachers in Hampton.
Okay.
My mom was at the Reach program, which is, you remember that? You know, middle school, but I was
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. I
Reach
remember
and
that. Yeah.
Now they changed the name to something like HCLC.
Something. I'm not. I don't
My
have
dad,
kids.
my dad was at ACES, so he was there. They're both
Familiar with
retired.
ACES, yeah.
So
ACES and ECA and all that good stuff.
I
But
was
ECA
ECA
for the
grad.
arts. Yeah.
ECA grad.
See, now I went to co-op for a short.
Did you?
Yeah. Theater.
Okay.
Not even so I started at co-op. No, not piano.
That was me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So no, I did that, and then I did my college at UNH. Now, I went to UNH for music and sound recording.
Really?
But then I got an economics course, and
You got the bug.
yeah, I got the bug.
They should introduce that earlier, right? Like
They
I never
should.
got introduced to any of that stuff until
There's people who have their degrees in finance who don't know what I know. I was on Wall Street, so it's a completely different. You just experience things differently.
yeah.
And the knowledge I have, I've spoken to 20-year vets in insurance and investments, and they're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "But they're not getting the guys who fell off from Bernie Madoff. They're not getting the guys who like." My office was 39 Broadway, so I was right
Oh,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's right there.
Yeah, so I was right there. My first office was 100 Broadway. So the nice was to the left.
I know those buildings.
Yeah. So that's we moved here for a smaller town vibe, and we
Well,
want to
it's your
bring.
hometown, right?
It's my hometown, but I'm New
Listen,
York.
I grew up here, obviously. I met my wife here, and then she got a job at Hofstra's. We moved to New York.
Okay.
So we were both in Long Beach for a little bit, and then we were in Queens at Kew Garden. So I worked in that period. I was working in the city. I got into the tech scene, and then I was, a tech entrepreneur. Actually, in fintech.
Okay.
Yeah, investing.
Yeah,
we had a robo advisory company,
Awesome.
and yeah, for us, the thing that did it, once I got the startup, winded down, didn't work out. I ended up at Boston Consulting Group.
Okay.
Wait a second, they're paying me to travel all over the world. I don't need to be in New York. And my wife actually was like, let's get back to me.
Yeah.
We've been here since.
Yeah.
It's nice to be back home.
So, besides that, I guess
But to your point about I mean, it is important. I think investigative units, one, they have to be fully staffed.
Right.
And I do believe that your clearance rate has gotten better. Thankfully, we have a new chief.
Right.
For last year, I think he's been doing a good job.
He's been clean. There was a guy from Compton a few years back that I felt was cleaning stuff up. I was actually in Brooklyn, but everybody who was here was like, they felt it was cleaning
Campbell or
couldn't tell you.
okay, yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of stability. Like people come and go.
And that's so that's actually one of the things. I work with like a lot of NYFD, so maybe we reformat. Like one of the things that I was looking at in terms of like police killings, is as opposed to penalizing the city, because people turn around and they sue. But when they sue, they penalize the city. And to me, that's unfair because I'm a taxpayer. So now I'm
Always
forced.
look at the settlement that reached $60 million.
But that comes out of my dollar.
I know.
That doesn't come out of the policeman's pension. So what I prefer is if it comes out of the policeman's pension, so that now all the police will gang up on the guy who's shooting people the wrong way and say, hey, listen, now we're actually feeling the pinch. The city or the state isn't feeling it. Exactly. So I prefer it to go that way than out of our tax dollars, right?
Interesting idea.
So
Yes.
that's one of the things I would run on, but I have a different. I'm never going to run because I'm unorthodox.
I'm a Democrat who took endorsements by the Independents and the Republicans.
Well, okay, I'm an independent, complete. That's
I don't
true.
know what to do with
That's true.
it.
That's good.
I'm glad you can make it down. Yeah,
I'm glad-
share stuff we can follow it and, sorry to be in touch because one thing we want to do all these downtown buildings, we want to get the word out,
Yeah.
especially on the safe projection side.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think
that
the
was
issue
my
is
first time hearing about it.
people don't know, and a lot of people, even just saying the words is not enough
Right.
because they don't know what to think about it. They're like, what does that mean? Is it a treatment? You have to explain. No, it's not a treatment.
Yeah, well, at first when you mentioned injection site, I was like, well, it doesn't sound
It's
too
not
bad.
like a vaccination center.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, they're just gonna go. But it's kind of like the where they gave in the guns with no questions.
Well, one person was like, oh, so you're saying that they bring the illegal drugs and they give them up there? I'm like, no, they bring the illegal drugs and they shoot.
And they shoot them up. Yeah, that's
I'm
crazy.
like, no.
No, I don't want them to come in there and shoot it because then they're gonna have to go do something when they're blitzed. But you know what? I do appreciate it. This conversation, now I have to convince my wife, but I have some evidence that
Yeah. And listen, we want to invest in downtown. I was just saying before, you got
we're loving the new building because we have like behind us. So now there's Square 10. So you've got the building. There's what, 1, 2, 3. There's like 3 new buildings around us. So I'm feeling like I'm back in Brooklyn. Back in 2017, all new development was happening, and now it's popping up here. I'm happy. I like the city. The wife naturally wants to go to a house. I'm like, no, let's stay in an apartment. It's cheaper, and I don't have to mow the lawn.
right.
So,
Oh, trust me.
so that's where I'm at with it in terms of everything. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm actually still have my following going here. So I do appreciate it. This has broken some ground for me. Yeah. There we go.
Are you recording?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's I'm live broadcasting. But in terms of that, I think it was an excellent conversation. And like you said, in mentioning about the investigative things, obviously that's something that we want to open up, because that was something that was near and dear. There were actually 2 young ladies, both from Bridgeport at the same time, who were both murdered under mysterious circumstances, and Senator Blumenthal has done nothing about it. So then that brings cause to me, my family, because we're like, well, all these black girls are just getting killed and nobody's doing anything about it. It is what it is. Now,
You gotta clear the murders to prevent more murders. That's the other thing. If murders go unsolved, right?
more happen.
Exactly. So that's actually a key deterrent, making sure that your investigative team, your detective team, one has the resources they need and it's fully staffed. Right now, we got 100 vacancies in the police department.
So that's why those we're hiring. Yeah, because there were like 300 cops. I was looking at the route. So like I said, I work with NYFD. So I was looking at their 457 to get in there. So that's why we only have about, I think, 350 officers in New Haven. So we're under. That's actually one of the things I mentioned to Elliker while I was with them, because the homeless were upset with them, and I was like, yeah, well, there's only 350 people policing, and then you guys are freaking out all the time. And they told me I sounded like a politician. I said, well, beauty is I'm not, so I can tell you the truth and not have to worry about it. People like me who make a certain income don't want you guys around, right? Again, that's why I'll probably never run, because I'm too apt to tell the absolute brutal truth. So, with that, I'm appreciative of that. That answer suffices to me. It will probably suffice enough to my audience.
Yeah.
That maybe we can swing a vote your way.
And not just one, maybe get
Well, that's what I mean. I should say that we can
And
swing an
also,
entire campaign your way.
It's, we got 3.5 weeks to go. And so if we really want to change this going forward, we need the support of the whole community. We need financial support, right? So I ask, would you consider making a contribution?
Okay, I'll consider.
I want a commitment. Can I have?
We can get a commitment.
All right.
All right, Ron. No, I appreciate. I'll leave this here. I appreciate that, and then definitely commitment financially and a
Awesome.
commitment with a vote.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Later. I got the wife and everything, and I got everybody online. They're asking a bunch of questions. We got some people here. Sheed is in the building. So right now it's just a few people watching.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So this is gentleman's running for. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself, New Haven?
How you doing? Running for mayor, New Haven.
There we
Well,
go.
Tom Goldenberg. Go to tomfornewhaven.com.
TomForNewHaven.com.
All right.
All right. See, and there's somebody else new just popped up. All right. No problem, Tom. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So now this is how you make that effect. You actually go to the politician and you ask them the questions that you want answered, right? And in their face, you ask them. So then now the effect is affected by the vote and the money, right? Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, this is 5 minutes away from my house, right? This is a luxury restaurant. You have to come dressed like this. When I said I felt overdressed, oh, it's being at Jack's, right? I just held a conversation with a person, Tom Goldenberg, who's running for mayor. This gentleman is running for the mayor of my city. These are the types of conversations and the places that we need to be as Black men in America. If we really want to make a difference in our community, if we really want those differences made. That's why, shout out to my man, Daryl Long, right? He be on the bullshit with all those other panels that I really don't watch no more, with the manosphere and the dudes crying. But he also spoke about Lawrence Smith Fields. So that's one of the things I wanted to come speak about, because that is something that happened here in a city close to me, to a young African-American woman. There were 2 African-American women who died. So like he said, unfortunately right now, the police force is kind of understaffed, right? We have over 100 vacancies. So Black men, that's 100 places that we could go get a job in this city of New Haven. That's a solid career with a lot of money. Oh, I ain't gonna be 12. Well, guess what? You're gonna be 13. That means your ass is gonna be locked up without a fucking pension, right? But you're afraid to be 12. I don't want to be 12, right? So go ahead, don't be 12, be 13. 13 means your happy ass decided to stay a street dude instead of being a police officer. And because you didn't do, you decided to be a street dude, you've got your street cred. Well, guess what? When you try to go get a mortgage, nobody's going to take your street cred. When you go to try and go buy that fancy car, nobody's going to take your street cred. Right? When you go to try and send your daughter to college, nobody's going to take your street cred. They don't accept street cred. They accept actual credit or actual money. So you got to do things that are going to get you actual credit or actual money. Like you guys saw, I just sat in the area with a gentleman running for mayor, right? And now 5 minutes later, I'm about to be back in my house smoking weed. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I want to see from us brothers from now on. If you're in my channel, the champion contender, then let's go. It says Officer Faulkner was promoting such a move by Black men. I shared such a proposition to my fellows here in Montreal. Ah, my brother is in Montreal. Bonjour, mon frère. But I definitely think so, right? And simply put, little things like being dressed like this are definitely where you can get invited to those parties, right? Those power parties. Right? I'm speaking with the gentleman. Again, he's running for mayor. He's telling me about something that's going on that was decided by the government. Now, Black folk, we get all up in arms. We got to vote for this one. Vote for the Democrat. They're for us. Well, this guy, like he said, he's a Democrat who got sponsorship from Republicans and independents. That's why I got called there, because I'm an independent, and I likely will put money behind him, because now he has something that interests me. Because I don't want the injection site down here, because I don't want dope fiends in my neighborhood, right? I don't want that. So that's something he ran on. He's got my vote, right? Now, Black folk, another thing is, what did he ask for? A financial commitment. Why? Because running for office is not free, right? So now I give a financial commitment and I get him in office. Well, guess what? When he gets in office, because I gave him some money for his campaign, I'm going to be like, hey, remember when you were running for office? Yeah. Well, listen, I gave you some money for your campaign, right? Yeah. Well, listen, I need a favor. I need you to introduce me to the chief of police so I can be their financial advisor and I can roll out their 457 retirement plans. You see how we play the game, black man? We don't play that bullshit. We play the reality. Politicians listen when you give money. So, why do you think Barack Obama did nothing for black people? Because during his campaign, black people did nothing but say, I'm going to vote for that man. Black man and vote. But y'all ain't put no money. Y'all didn't spend nothing on those $300 plates. So when it came time for him to actually have to, what's up, Chief? When it came time for him to actually have to do something for you, he couldn't. Because the people who put money in his pockets were the people who he owed favors to. And those are the people who got him the money to even run the campaign. Money talks, walks, and moves things into action. Yes, sir. Politicians listen when you give them money. Right? So let's stop walking around with fucking saggy jeans, looking like fucking wasted space at 50 years old working on your fucking mixtape. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Grow the fuck up, black man. Shit. No wonder motherfuckers got their knees on our neck. Because we're not acting like grown-ass men. We're acting like little boys. How the fuck did I just get a phone call invited to a political event where someone is running for mayor, and I'm the only one who looks like me there? None of y'all niggas got invited? So then what the fuck are y'all doing? Fucking jerking off. Talking about I'm big dog. Fucking this bitch or that bitch. That's what y'all doing. Being a fucking waste of space. Right? But if I asked y'all to do something productive, you don't want to do it. Right? So, what are we going to do, y'all? What are we going to do? Right? When are we going to get it done? Oh, I'm back home, by the way. There was a 5-minute walk from a political event where I was just talking to someone who's running for mayor. Right? Actually running for mayor here in the city of New Haven. Now, when I come back tomorrow and talk to all the homies on the block, they will never believe that I was at this mayoral event. And I will be like, well, here, look at the video that shows video evidence I was at this mayoral event. And because they're fucking niggers, they won't fucking watch it. That's what will happen. But they'll be, oh, if you was really sitting with the mayor, you'd be this, that, and the third. No, I wouldn't. What's up, Chief? Chilling. Right? But yet, these are the things that we deal with. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall. And this tap on your head with the ADH Wealth Solution. I'm probably going to change the title of this video from A Day in the Life of a Financial Professional to something else. What's good, Brody? Same shit? I understand. All right. 3. So, you know, just lose service on an elevator. But it's just, you know, this is, like I said, I just came from a event at Jazz. Dude's running for mayor.
Oh, really?
And you know they're going to have an injection site? They're trying to do an injection site down here so they can come shoot fentanyl and heroin downtown. It's already paid for. They already spent $200,000. The fucking New Haven government. They didn't tell any of the citizens about this shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah. There's a fucking injection. Yeah, well, he's not Elliker. Elliker already approved it. There's a new guy, the guy I just left, who's running for mayor right now. He's up at Jets. That's why I'm dressed this way. Fucking, he was like, yeah, so how do you feel about the injection site that they already approved? I was like, what fucking injection site? So they're going to come shoot up fentanyl and heroin in my neighborhood? It's the last fucking thing I want. More dope fiends in the neighborhood. So we got to talk about this to the neighbors.
In Reading, Pennsylvania, and it actually did really good. Because what it was is it opened a safe place for addicts to come and use it safely.
Okay.
To prevent overdoses and people being out.
Okay.
They were getting legal and going in.
Well, see, this is what they're saying. There's,
Needles, everything.
oh, really?
They supply you with like saline solution, clean needles, clean stuff to clean you up. The whole line.
I'll check into it then. All right, bro. Well, hey, that's how it goes, right? I held the elevator for too long. But I guess that's because we were talking about the injection sites. But like I said, it seems to me like it would bring more dope fiends around. But he's like, no, it actually did pretty good. We shall see. He says this is chess and shogi in real life, economically and politically. Absolutely, right? So we have to make sure that we look out for our best interests. You know, he's saying it was pretty good. I understand what he's saying, but I don't know that I want a bunch of dope fiends in my neighborhood. That's not what I want. So I understand they're saying it's good, but that don't mean shit to me. Because that's not what I want in my neighborhood, right? I am of a certain income level, right? That's why I said, look, my wife's GS-14. He's like, GS-14? Oh, government scale. I forgot you're not yet in the federal government. You're in state, right? Once he gets to federal government, like Senator Richard Blumenthal, then he would completely understand what I'm talking about. But you know, it's just things are odd. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, the insurance job, my Argyle socks, and these were the Chelsea boots I was wearing, right? With my Argyle socks. So, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get ready to get back to my regular clothing. It says you don't, not a good look. Exactly. I don't want dope fiends in my neighborhood shooting up fentanyl and heroin in a place to get clean. Screw that. Give me some jobs and make the motherfuckers go to work. That's what I want. So I'm gonna do my little Mr. Rogers and I guess change my outfit with y'all before I hop off of here and go watch me some foolishness for the day. So I appreciate everybody who's come. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, to contribute to channel growth, and this is a little bit of my tie collection, right? There's a few of them. I got a couple of ties, just a couple, right? So, these are things. See, black men, we keep getting a little bit of the story instead of the whole story. Get the whole story, right? Now, again, when you start with your suits and ties, you're going to start with a couple. But then, right, I got massive amounts of ties, right? And all these ties are name brand. All these ties cost more than a pair of Jordans, right? And this is at least 40 ties, right? So next time I see a dude like Mr. Fantastic with an armful of fucking fitted hats, I'm gonna say, hey, show me your 250 a piece tie collection, right? On just this tie rack alone. Let's see. One, oh, did I drop? Oh shit, I just dropped my tie rack. Ugh. And I just dropped some ties off my tie rack. Ugh. And as you can see, paisley is one of my favorite patterns. I have a paisley in just about every color. At any rate, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor Alonzo Hall, and I have just whapped and tapped on your head with another ADH wealth solution. So, ladies and gentlemen, obviously share and all that good stuff, but mainly wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass. Work in progress every day, damn it, and see success. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.